Nintendo has finally brought back the prodigal son, the Virtual Boy. You see, on last week's Nintendo Direct, they announced the Virtual Boy add-on to the library of games that you could play if you're the top tier subscriber to the Nintendo Switch online store. Let me explain. You see, back on August 14th, 1995, Nintendo announced its biggest flop to the world. In case you weren't around or you didn't remember it, this was a 32-bit system, and it was actually supposed to be like VR. You put your head in it, and you had a controller that hooked to it, and you would play these VR games. But the catch was, they were all in like this stereoscopic red color. Now the crazy thing is, the Virtual Boy was actually designed by Gunpei Yokoi. That's the same dude who designed the Game Boy. Now unfortunately, this thing didn't even last a year before it was discontinued, and 14 games were ever released. And since then, Nintendo has done everything in their power to actively avoid or pretend like this thing never happened. Until now. Starting in February of next year, you'll be able to pre-order yourself one of these things for $99.99 directly from Nintendo. The catch is, it's actually just a plastic shell that opens up, and your Nintendo Switch 2 or your Nintendo Switch 1, either one, will fit in there. It will close up, and it will look, at least by pictures, very similar to this. And you'll be able to play Virtual Boy games again. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm very interested to see if this gives people headaches and nausea like it did back in 1995. To be honest with you, this thing actually never made me sick at all, never gave me headaches. In fact, one of the greatest side-scrollers, in my opinion, of all time, which is Wario Land, was stuck on this device. And then once Nintendo decided to completely avoid and ignore it, this game became completely unplayable. And maybe you don't want to pay $100 to play 6 or 7 Virtual Boy games. Good news, Nintendo is actually releasing a cardboard version of this thing that your Switch or Switch 2 will slide into as well. Although, let's be honest, if you're gonna do this, you probably should just get the whole device. Now, to be honest with you, I sort of have mixed feelings about this thing, which is why I sort of put it on the bad list when I was breaking down this Direct. But I can say this, it is actually really nice to see Nintendo acknowledging everything they've done, because I think it's really important for stuff like games preservation. Even though we're actually not getting a real physical edition of a Virtual Boy that has cartridges, they are gonna open the library back up to people who may not have experienced it in the first place. And trust me, this game is really good. I highly suggest everyone play it when it does get re-released. And while I wish that this would have been handled a little bit differently, I really do appreciate that Nintendo is acknowledging it. It is among one of their only libraries that they really haven't made public. Now all you gotta do is give us those Nintendo 64 disk drive games.